and as of this time, he is in a mental institution. No defense attorney wanted him. I kept calling him off for a year and a half.
Luckily, this homeowner was not at home when the bus crashed into her house.
My neighbors told me it was absolutely frightening, with the gunfire and everything going on, and helicopters, and so it was pretty scary. I'm glad I wasn't here. This was actually the most scary I've ever been in for Steve. Not only for myself, but for my partner. It's something I'll never forget.
Next on World's Scariest Police Chases.
Get out of the street, get back in your house.
Dave Terror. A tank on the rampage, and there was nothing the police could do.
We're running out the front door, and there's a tank coming down the street. And just as I got out of the driveway, he ran over my truck.
San Diego, California, pursuit of a stolen military vehicle. For sheer terror, nothing has surpassed the day this city was held hostage by a deranged man who went on a rampage with a 100,000-pound tank.
I'm calling it the best I can. I'm trying to get this whole mess on videotape. They're in trouble.
The police were able to find out that this man had armored vehicle training and had stolen this tank from the local armory. He was also known to have a history of emotional problems.
When I first heard it, I thought it was a joke.
He's running over fire hydrants. You got hydrants that are blowing water in the air. Put your loudspeaker on, please.
We heard the rumbling sound, and I saw a tank coming down the street. Thought it was a drill or something.
Cars that are following. I have no idea why. Oh my God. Yeah, he's rolling over just about anything he wants to.
I was in the locker room, just the end of my shift, and I heard the call come out on the radio, so I went back and got my patrol car and headed to the area. You told me we just heard a crunching noise, crunch, crunch, crunch. It was during any time of day where people are getting off work or out of school.
He's coming up towards the school.
There was a lot of people here. A lot of them were just in shock.
I didn't think they would ever going to stop him unless he ran out of gas.
Somebody get a hold of the armory and find out if this thing is loaded.
The gun, he was circling while he was driving, so we thought maybe he was taking aim at something, to fire it.
That palm tree is on the front of the tank, and just as I got out of the driveway, he ran over my truck. He took out the telephone poles over there, and he headed down the street and ran over that blue car right there, and then he went back and he ran over the fire hydrant and just kept on going. There's like a war zone over here.
Yeah, I know we hit one occupied vehicle with a family in it, and they did barely escape before the car was crushed. He hit the pole, dropped them like they were toothpicks, it snapped them down on the ground.
What kind of a person is inside this tank?
What I was told was he had served in the Army as a tank crewman, so he definitely had tank experience. He had the same school that I had gone to.
Tapos na, gusto mo pa mag-inom? Gusto mo pa mag-inom? Mainom ka pa? Okay. Wala, tumakwalan ako.
They call our SWAT guys to see if they had anything in their arsenal that could stop it. They called the National Guard Armory to see what they could do to stop it. It was one viable option because the Armory was miles away by that time. The tank comes equipped with what they call a nuclear, biological, chemical warfare system in it, which means he has fresh air to breathe, so if we use any chemical agents, they have no effect.
At this point, the man in the tank fell back on his military training. He decided to cut off his pursuers by putting a barrier between himself and the police. How? Knock down a bridge across the freeway.
Kaya mo bang mag-inom? Kaya mo mag-inom, ma.
We hit the freeway, he made an abrupt right turn and struck one of the support posts that hold up the pedestrian
Okay na?
My concern was he was trying to collapse the bridge to prevent us from falling.
Basog ka na, ma.
Well, after a while,
Basog ka na.
trying to knock this pole out. And he continued on south. One of my concerns was that if he made live ammunition on board, he might take a stand and start fighting. At this point, it looks like he's trying to maneuver the tank into the oncoming traffic. And if he had done that, we would have had a major chain accident.
He's on 805 just north of Genesee. We're doing that as we speak. We're trying to get the hatch open right now. Police knew the greatest danger still lay ahead. They didn't
Basog ka na, ma.
coming down the
Pag kayo may
Another man got the tank free and into those traffic lanes. The results would be
pagtakula ning ano.
Set the hatch on the bolt, twisted the lock off, and opened up the hatch. At that point, we could look down in and we could see the driver.